Good morning everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So today is another day with the FC as I wait for the wrap to show up for this car, which I'm hoping happens sometime this week because it needs to get done ASAP. But what I'm going to do today is cut these doors right here and make them fit so my doors can actually shut, because this is kind of annoying seeing my doors never closed. I don't know where I set the hole saw that I got. I'm gonna go grab that out of my truck. But I'm gonna do that, and then also I need to put back the weather stripping that goes around this part of the hatch, and also the weather stripping that goes around the doors, and maybe bolt on a couple more interior pieces. We'll see what we get to. I was trying to figure out this short shifter situation with the spring on how it doesn't go into neutral. So when I push the shifter over, if I push it over in between first and second, it'll stay in between first and second, and it's super annoying. And I just found out that there's supposed to be this weird spring that goes in there. And to get that spring in there, I have to pull the trans out. So I'm gonna have to pull out the trans another day, maybe next weekend. It's just not worth putting it back together the way it is and having it annoy me every time I drive the car. Or if I have friends drive the car, it's just super irritating, and I don't wanna wear the transmission out with it trying to push into the wrong gear. So I'm going to have to pull the trans out and get a new shifter with that shifter spring. But I'm gonna get that hole saw and start measuring this up and figure out exactly how I'm gonna execute this. So this is the hole saw that I got, and this is the attachment that it goes onto. And so what this is gonna do is it's gonna drill, like, let's say like a half moon or something like that. So then it's like nice and round and the cage can fit right in there, and I think it's gonna look super good. So the way that this looks as of right now, the door is going to shut a little bit more to close this gap, so I'm going to probably have to drill right on the side of this, and it looks like a good size, maybe like 1.5 inch gap. So I'm going to bring that hole saw about 1.5 inches back right here. I don't want to cut into the front part of this, so I'm going to try and stay on the line, and if I have to cut it, then I will, but I'm going to try my best not to. So I kind of scratched it. I don't know if you guys can see it, like right here and right here. And I didn't want to use like a marker or something that was going to leave a mark if I wasn't going to specifically drill that spot. So I'm going to make a slight cut now, not go too big, see where the door shuts and see if it works, and then we'll go from there and probably make it a little bit bigger. So you can see it's gonna suction right around in there once I drill it all the way down. I'm probably gonna put some type of like rubber gasket around here just so it looks cleaner, so it doesn't look all like chopped up. But this is exactly where I wanted it to go, and it's looking perfect. Look at how good that looks, all tucked back there now. This piece did break a little bit, so I'm gonna try and fix that right now. But now that you can see like back when you're sitting in the car, the door completely shuts around the cage, and I think that that looks super clean. So you guys can get a better view. It's like, as it shows, it's cut down here on the side, and then you shut the door. Perfect. It fits so well. That was probably the perfect size hole saw that I could have got. So now it's time to do the same thing on the other side, so then that door can shut. So this side I'm going to have to cut a little bit more just because the cage is in a little different spot, but there's a lot bigger of a gap here. So I'm going to probably cut a little further back this time, and then hopefully it all looks good. So I'm gonna start doing that now. Some plastic in here that I need to get out. That's what's keeping it from cutting all the way through. What's pretty cool about this is there's these like little holes on the side, so I can just like kind of stick the screwdriver in there, and well, that side doesn't want to work that well, but stick the screwdriver in there and then pry it up. And then it all pops out pretty easy at that point, just like that. All right, now this one shuts. It didn't come out as clean as I was hoping because it kind of jumped around, but I'm just gonna like glue these couple little pieces that ended up coming up, and I need to probably get a new vent because that broke and there's no way for me to undo it. So I'm gonna see if I can piece back together the old vent that I had, but if not, worst case scenario, I'll just order a new one of those, which kinda is a bummer. Now that these doors are cut out, that made a huge difference. Like I said, it doesn't look the best, and I will touch it up. I'm gonna put a rubber grommet around the edges of these, on both of them. On the list to buy is a new vent for this. That kind of sucks that broke, but I think I know someone that has one. Also someone that has these little plastics. I think I'm gonna stick with the stock wiring just because it's easier to throw back together, and there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm gonna put that back in right now, I think, and try and remember where everything went. So hopefully I can figure it out. I'm gonna put this seal on right here. I think it's like, I don't know, it's some type of weather stripping that goes around the door, and then also the weather stripping that goes around this. As you guys can see, this is done now. It doesn't look the best, but I'm gonna put a rubber grommet around it and probably glue this down so you can't see that anymore. And then also on the list to buy now is a new vent, and I need to get these also, these little plastics that go around this. I think I know someone that has them, so it's not gonna be too big of a deal. It should be easy to get in the next couple of days. And I painted these in one of my videos previously that you guys might have saw, and I'm gonna probably screw these in just to kind of get some of the interior all tidied up. And then I'll work on the wiring on placing it back in the place that it used to go. Hopefully I can get that figured out. Worst case scenario, I get it close and Carlos comes by and helps me install the rest of it and get this car running again. The weather stripping around the hatch is now in, and I'm going to reinstall these. I painted these black just to make them look a little bit better. Also this one right here, and they go right up on the back side. Just a couple little things that will make a big difference that someone else might notice that maybe I wouldn't see. So I like to just put that extra effort in and make it look a little bit nicer. Got that one all installed now, and I have this one over here installed, weather stripping in, and now the hatch can close, I believe, yeah. There we go. Looks really cool, really nice, having all that painted back there, having the cage painted, having the interior. It's all these little things that are just making such a big difference. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I rewrapped the ground in some black electrical tape just to make it look a little bit nicer, and then I'll rewrap the power cable in some red electrical tape just to make it stand out a little bit better, make it look cleaner, just it's easier to tell which is which. So I'm gonna probably do that later. Now I need to pull that wiring out and try and feed it through the cage and get all of that back together. So let's see if I can figure that out. So I'm gonna have to pull this carpet up a little bit, tuck this wiring under, go up under the roll cage, and then feed it all back through. And I think I'll remember how to put it. So I'm gonna try that now, and I'm hoping it really works out. I have this wiring in now, and it's kind of all around. It's somewhat in the right place. I know that's like kind of how it goes, but there's just a lot of connectors and I don't know exactly where they go or what they do. And also for the fuel pump, this needs to be resoldered back together nicer, maybe put a new wire and have Carlos make it a little bit nicer. But something I do want to show you guys is I threw the seat in. I threw the seat in just because I wanted to see what it looks like, and it is so cool having the car back together. Everything fits so nice. The seat is not bolted in because this is not the seat that is staying. It's not the seat that's going to stay in there. That's the stock seat. New seat coming soon, hopefully. It should look really cool. I need to make some brackets and stuff like that. And also I bought something else for the car that's going to be coming pretty soon. I think it's what you need to have to complete a car. I think it should be in every single car. So a video on that maybe next week. But I just want to show you guys what it looks like. Everything is slowly coming together on this car. That fits very well up in there. All the interiors in here. I have a center console now so I can set my hand when I'm driving. And also some door panels with like some switches for the power windows and also something to set my hand on. That was something that I didn't understand why they took the door panels out, because you don't have door bars, so there was no reason to take the door panel out, and you're just making your life more uncomfortable for no reason. So I really didn't understand that, but like just driving with like your hand right there just makes such a big difference. And I need to get a new steering wheel. That's also something that I really want, and this quick release is like some eBay quick release, so I'm probably going to switch that out for like an NRG hub just because it's a little more smooth and a little safer. And steering wheel wise, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna go with yet. Maybe something really nice, maybe something just more like race specific. But the car is definitely coming back together and it looks so good. I'm hoping I can have this car running in the next like 3 weeks or something like that and driving again. But I do need to wrap the car and put a kit on it, because that will just make me 10 times happier to want to drive the car. And I need to order some premix. I am out of premix right now. It's something that you have to do on rotaries that are high horsepower like this one. Like my race engine has lasted me 2 years now at over 500 horsepower because I do add premix to it, and it makes a huge difference. So that's something that I need to order. There's a long list of stuff. I know I'm just like blabbling on, but it's just there's so much that has to get done, and I want to build this car as fast as possible because I want to enjoy it and love it every time I drive it. I got pretty distracted washing my truck earlier, so as you can see it is a little bit darker, but it looks really nice now. So it took me, I don't know, like an hour to clean it because it's so massive. But now I'm back to the FC. So since I am keeping the stock wiring, I'm gonna make it look a lot nicer. So as you can see, this has fresh electrical tape on it. These are the old wires. I'm probably gonna do that all the way around. I started on this one right here also, and probably just go all the way back, and it'll just make everything look that much better, just like how I rewrapped that ground for the battery over there. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.